There's one person I really dislike, to the bone, and it's Paul Krugman. And you took him apart. You absolutely took him apart. You absolutely took him apart.
All right, thank you. Let's start with this. I'm so happy to be here. My old friend Dick, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, everybody, for doing this. Thank you for running. Thank you for your sacrifice. This is really hard. It's so beautiful here. I can't believe it. Let me start with this. The Riley Plan. Here, I'm not a rude person. I'm from the Midwest. I'm civilized. I did not want to, and my husband is angry about what I did yesterday. Because, well, you had a strategy and you stuck with it. You say, this is the worst recovery in history. The only way it could be true that President Obama inherited the worst economy would be if he got reelected. Then he would be inheriting the worst economy. Laying out facts that the real median income has dropped over twice as much during the Obama recovery as it did in the Bush recession. That that this could not be fixed faster, to listen to President Clinton say, or no one else could do it, is belied by the fact that it is being done in the 17 states that elected Republican governors in the midterm. Their economies are growing at twice the rate. They're creating twice as many jobs. At this point in time in Ronald Reagan's presidency, which was a worse economy, the jobs were being created at 5 times the rate, and the economy was booming away. So it's not like it's the economy stupid, as my husband, who's the Zen master soundbites, likes to say, because he has attention span of a gnat. That's how he's able to do that. It's an economic policy. So Krugman, so you lay out a fact, and Krugman, he's a pit bull for the Obama campaign. You say this is the worst recovery in history. Mitt Romney's a liar. You say another fact. Paul Ryan's a liar. That's what got me going. Then that's what I said. This was kind of rude for me. Because they're saying Mitt lied at the debate, which was a game changer. Did you hear he's up 5 points?
Yeah.
And this is the highest victory ever recorded by Gallup, which is pretty amazing. And he's saying the same things you're saying. So no matter what you say, he says, Krugman, the leader, says you're lying. Now, it's one thing to do that in politics. Although I don't think that you would think that the Obama people would understand, having called Mitt Romney with little success a felon, a tax cheat, Gordon Gekko, waging a war on women, who kills wives with cancer and abuses dogs. I mean, he's still... It's, margin of error race, and now they're going to add liar like that. You think they would, but what aggravates me about, as I call him, Dr. Professor Krugman, is that he thinks his numbers are real numbers. He's not an economist, he's a fabulist. He just makes up stuff. He had an entire, I'm going to back up because this goes to why we need this rally plan. Why our economy can't recover, why the albatross is around. It's the biggest driver. And this is unique, and that's why Mitt's plans and the Riley plan are different from what's transpired before. We have to reform Medicare. We know how to do it. We did it with Medicare Part D, which President Bush was maligned for, but it came in 40% under, and it's providing seniors with choice and affordable drugs. We could do that with Medicare as opposed to the Obamacare Medicare entitlement reform, which is to ration it. He's cutting funding to providers. So what are providers going to do? He says, I'm not cutting Medicare. He cut out the funding to providers, so it's going to reduce access, or it's going to reduce quality. That is rationing. He's got, what the facts are? He's got 15 bureaucrats who, by law, this is one of the first things you have to change. By law, only a third of those 15 can have any medical experience. So they really are bureaucrats who are determining medical outcomes and treatments for our seniors. And if you had Medicare Advantage, in the course of my marriage, My husband lost his mother, and I lost my father, and they both had debilitating and long-term illnesses. Well, what do you think? Medicare covered that? I mean, we had to cover it, and thank God we were blessed to be in the position to be able to do it. But we had to have, we have paid in for generations into a system which we now are relying on for in our retirement security. And we made this promise, as Paul Ryan says, and we can fix it. We know how to fix it. So Krugman completely spent a whole column saying all and more of what I said about the Ryan plan. Just made up all the stuff. So I said to him, you who have logged in every particular about the Ryan plan and Medicare reform are certainly not a credible source to be calling anybody else a liar, which is like saying the pot calling the kettle black. But I didn't want to, just like, who are these people? It just, we've just had it. Why I think this is different, I did not know that about Rhode Island, because we moved to New Orleans. Some of you may know, we say in Louisiana, we thought we were last in everything. We say half our state's underwater and the other half's under indictment. So this is, I didn't know that, and I'm dumbstruck by it. It's so beautiful here. It's so incredible, and the people are so nice. You've always been so nice. I can't, it's just, it's small. Like, you can do it, you can flip it around. But this is different. People are scared, and in every opportunity they've had to oppose Obama's policies. It's not a popularity contest. It's not a likable thing. When we moved to New Orleans, I got a 100-year-old house, and everything was falling apart. And we have some of those things. So the first construction guy I had, we were great friends. I loved him. We had coffee in the morning. We drank on Friday nights. I turn on my hair dryer, the kitchen lights would go off. I do my garbage disposal, the toilets blow up. Nothing was working. Now I have a plumber. I don't like him. He gets plumber butt. I don't like anything about him. But guess what? My toilet's flush. I don't have roto-rooter out of it. But we do like Mitt Romney. He's worthy of being liked. He's worthy of having our enthusiasm. But that's not what this is about. We have to solve these problems. We cannot do it for 4 more years. That's not hyperbole. It is not hyperbole. My oldest daughter is with us, and her father took her up to college, to look at colleges here, because I like the East, I like the snow, he doesn't. So I said, you take her, it's too cold. I said, this is nothing. He went to chooses this. But her college that she's looking at, and all of them that she looked at, were $50,000 a year. I mean, I can't even, because God forbid she'd go to a school that James teaches at Tulane. She could go there for free. She'd go to LSU for free. She said, I'm not going to any school in a 3-mile radius of any state you have ever lived in. So my point, like, you think about this, it's not just that we can't, this is wasted. Why has tuition gone up as much as it has? We've been subsidizing education, higher education loans, to the tune that those increases, those subsidies have gone up 439%. Guess how much tuition increases? 439%. This is not, I'm being Dr. Professor Krugman now. There's a direct correlation between this. But further than that, and it's not just that it's unaffordable, and I love that Mitt did this the other night, it's immoral. It's not just unaffordable and counterproductive. It's immoral. At the beginning of the Great Society poverty programs, out-of-wedlock birth was 1.9%. You know what it is now? It's 40%. And 70% of juvenile problems come from disrupted families like this. And we're saying, no, we can't judge it, we can't say anything. We can't, that's not just unaffordable going into the future. It's immoral. We moved to New Orleans, these kids, the valedictorian of the school I want to send my girl to had a 14 on his graduating SAT. I mean, we are raising generations to illiteracy. We're completely going backwards. It doesn't take more than a couple generations to do an unfixable country. So it's not just the money, it's not just unaffordable, it's immoral. Those are somebody's kids that we have, this is not inevitable, we have chosen this route. We have voted into office people who, and some of them unfortunately have been Republicans, who think that the states, that the Fed's making decisions for us is a better way to go through our lives than our making for us. That's not our founding. It's not our DNA. It's never been the path to progress. The path to progress is in the Riley plan. The path to progress is Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan and Riley in Congress. We have to have the right kind of Congress for Mitt and Paul, for governor and congressman, to make these reforms. They're hard and they require brain work and they require the kind of things that Mike knows, you evil 1%er you. It's like a growth creator. So I'm very optimistic about the country. Just are some optimistic facts because I really just want all this to go. I just want this to be a bad memory. There is about, and Mike can say I'm right or wrong, I'm not, this is your wheelhouse. There's about $2 trillion in corporate profits just waiting to be reinvested to expand.
Overseas.
There's a,
the
that's
sidelines
here. There's about $1.5 trillion overseas, and
Yep.
Romney's plan would be repatriated. There's about $9 trillion sitting in money market. My not that I have $9 trillion, but I asked my finance person what, because I don't want to be in the market now. Can I just buy some gold, like a gold watch? Can I just invest? And she's like, this just sitting there. This is really true. We bought a camp, a fishing camp. I said, do we have the money? She said, take this money because it's just sitting here, and spend it now. So there's about $9 trillion, like that. So that's $13 trillion. We are sitting on energy resources, our own hydrocarbons that could fuel us for 200 years. We could become, with Canada and Mexico, way more, way longer, way deeper, way cleaner than the whole Arabian Peninsula. It's just sitting there. So the combination of, and all these businesses are now, their inventories are down, their productivity is up because they're just so lean and mean. We are poised to almost overnight, in conjunction with energy jobs and the energy, when you get energy costs under control. You know, gas in California is $6 a gallon today. I mean, so that affects everything, the cost of food, the cost of everything, plastics, there's hydrocarbons, everything. The point is there's so much there that it's almost turnkey. We could have a resurgent economy. It's equally turnkey that 4 more years of this, I don't know how we could dig up. It's scary, isn't it scary? Obama, literally in the same words, saying the same thing 4 years ago. So whatever had been the voting history of this district, and however much the opponent is liked, I don't think people care. They want my plumber. They don't want a roto-rooter anymore. They want it to get fixed. And we're really grateful. I'm grateful as a mother. I'm grateful as a citizen that people like Mike step up. Like, it's not a fun job.